Your Pi coins just migrated to your Mainnet wallet. Right now, as you're watching this video, thousands of pioneers across the globe are opening the Pi app and seeing numbers they have never seen before in their Mainnet balance. And some of you are still sleeping on it because you have not checked yet. Open the app. We need to talk. If you are new here, first question, where exactly have you been? This is the channel where we break down what is actually happening in the crypto market with real context, real analysis, and no sugarcoating. Today's video covers second Pi migrations going live, Pi Network's staking upgrade, and why Bitcoin is sending signals that deserve your full attention right now. Stay until the very last second of this video because every section matters, and the final message is one you need to hear before you do anything else with your coins today. And before we go anywhere, smash that like button right now. Subscribe to Crypto Educate if you have not done that already. And share this video before it even finishes playing. Send it to your WhatsApp groups, your Telegram channels, your Twitter feed, your cousin who mines Pi and still does not understand what Mainnet means. Your community needs this information today. Now let's move. According to @SimonsGuy on X, a Pi Network pioneer has now completed two separate Mainnet migrations, 1,295 Pi transferred in 2022, and a second migration of 5,055 Pi completed in May 2026, bringing the total migrated balance to 6,348 Pi. Read that again. 6,348 Pi now sitting in a Mainnet locked balance. That is not a simulation. That is not a test. That is real Mainnet activity happening right now for real pioneers. And the reason this is significant is because Pi Network's second migration rollout officially launched after Pi Day 2026 in March, and it is reaching more pioneers every single day in a gradual, structured release. Now, the community response to this news across the replies is, to put it professionally, chaotic in the best way possible. Pioneers are flooding the comments with their own first and second migration numbers, KYC frustrations, and predictions about what unlocks are coming next. People are excited. And honestly, I understand the energy. Let me ask you something directly right now. Have you opened your Pi app today? Because if you have not checked your wallet in the last 24 hours, you might literally be the last person at your own surprise party. Go check your Mainnet balance. Come back to this video. Drop your migrated Pi amount in the comments below, because I genuinely want to see those numbers from the Crypto Educate community. Now here is where I need to give you my honest, professional opinion, because this channel does not exist to hype you up and send you home. It exists to educate you. According to @CoreNews_2 here, the caution being raised about second migrations is this. More Pi entering Mainnet means more Pi available in circulation. And when you combine rising supply with currently low real demand for Pi, the economic outcome is not complicated. Prices face downward pressure. That is not pessimism. That is supply and demand operating exactly as it always has across every market that has ever existed. The post specifically notes that Pi is currently trading near 13 cents. Exchange reserves remain elevated, and sell pressure has not eased. Over 119,000 pioneers completed second migrations early after Pi Day 2026, and that number continues climbing as the rollout expands further. My analysis on this, and I want you to hear me on this point clearly, gradual migration is not an accident. It is a deliberate mechanism to prevent what would otherwise be a catastrophic supply flood. If Pi's entire mining history migrated to Mainnet at once, the price chart would look like someone pushed a shopping cart down a staircase. The phased approach is strategic. Whether it is paced correctly relative to real ecosystem demand growth is the more honest debate. And I need to hear from you. Do you believe Pi's current ecosystem development is moving fast enough to absorb this new supply? Comment below. This is not a rhetorical question. I actually read these. Now, not everyone in this conversation is approaching it with concern. According to @Ustaz_officialX on X, the message being shared is one of perspective. The position is that building a blockchain platform designed to bring millions of people into the digital economy is a genuinely difficult undertaking, and the community is better served by patience and constructive engagement than by noise and division. Whether you're a pioneer, a supporter, or someone simply observing, The post makes the case that how you participate in this journey matters. I agree with the intent there, and I will add my own layer to it. Informed patience is the only kind that actually serves you. Blind patience is not a strategy. Understanding what is happening, why it is happening, and what signals to watch for is how you protect yourself and position correctly. That is exactly why you are on this channel and not somewhere else getting vague content and recycled takes. Now let's talk about what Pi Network itself is doing to build that ecosystem, because there is a development directly from the team that requires your attention. According to Pi Core Team on X, the official Pi Core team, the ecosystem directory staking feature has just received a full redesign and significantly improved user experience. This feature originally launched on Pi 2 Day 2025 and functions as a community-powered promotional engine inside Pi's ecosystem. When pioneers stake Pi to an app inside the directory, that app gains increased visibility, more impressions, and potentially more user traffic. This means pioneers are not just passive holders. They become active participants in shaping which apps grow within the Pi network. And according to Yangzhenhua 1 on X, the broader upgrade also delivers a completely refreshed visual interface, smoother user interactions, and new functional modules built to provide a more secure and efficient environment for navigating the Pi digital ecosystem. My take, and I will be direct about this, utility is the only credible long-term argument for Pi's price recovery. Not community size alone, not the number of pioneers. Utility, real apps, real transactions, real economic activity happening inside the ecosystem using Pi as the currency of exchange. When that cycle activates meaningfully, the supply narrative starts losing power. The staking redesign is a mechanism that pushes in that direction. It gives developers a reason to build on Pi and give pioneers a reason to engage beyond mining. That is the loop Pi needs to scale. Is it enough yet? Not yet. But momentum is a real thing in this space, and this is momentum. Now let's shift to Bitcoin, because Pi is not the only asset making headlines right now, and ignoring the broader market while it's sending clear signals would be the most expensive mistake you make this week. Bitcoin is currently trading near $62,400, down approximately 3% on the day after pulling back from an intraday high near $64,360. The price slide keeps Bitcoin under pressure in the $60,000 to $62,000 support zone, a range that has repeatedly attracted buyers during this June correction. So why is BTC declining again? The immediate catalyst is the delay in U.S.-Iran peace talks. When geopolitical negotiations stall, global markets move into defensive positioning quickly. Bitcoin, which has been behaving exactly like a high-beta macro asset throughout 2026, absorbs that defensive rotation. Traders move into cash, the U.S. dollar, and short-duration government bonds when uncertainty increases. Bitcoin gets sold. The Federal Reserve is compounding that pressure. The Fed holds interest rates steady this week, but signals that additional tightening remains on the table if inflation stays firm. Higher rates for a longer duration strengthen the dollar and make yield-bearing instruments more attractive than a non-yielding asset like Bitcoin. When a government bond is paying you a guaranteed return and Bitcoin is trading below every major moving average, some investors make a very rational, very boring decision to own the bond. That rotation is visible in the data right now. And then the institutional positioning. U.S.-based spot Bitcoin ETFs record $2.26 billion in outflows so far this month, in June alone. That is not a small number. What that figure tells me is that the largest institutional players in the spot ETF market are not buying this dip aggressively. They are waiting. And when institutional capital sits on the sideline in watching mode, Bitcoin is more exposed to continued short-term selling pressure because the natural buyer base is reduced. The technical picture lines up with everything else. Bitcoin is currently breaking down from a bear flag pattern, a formation that develops when price bounces weakly inside a narrow rising channel after a sharp prior decline. BTC's recovery from the early June low near $60,000 stalled before reclaiming the 20-day EMA, and Bitcoin currently trades below the 50-day, 100-day, and 200-day EMA simultaneously. Every major moving average is functioning as overhead resistance right now rather than dynamic support. The measured downside target derived from this breakdown pattern sits near $53,700. The level that changes the technical story on the upside is $65,700. A daily close above that level weakens the bearish thesis meaningfully. Until that happens, the lower $53,000 to $54,000 support zone is the most technically supported destination on the current chart. Am I telling you Bitcoin is definitely dropping to $53,000? No. I am telling you the chart is pointing there, the macro backdrop is aligned in the same direction, and institutional demand is not positioned to stop it right now. Those three factors together are not something to dismiss. Now, what do you think? Is Bitcoin finding a floor and building up for a reversal? Or are you preparing for lower levels before the next cycle upswing? Tell me exactly what you think in the comments. I want your real opinion, not the copy-paste hopium that lives in most comment sections. This content is strictly educational and informational. Nothing in this video constitutes financial advice or a personal investment recommendation of any kind. Please seek guidance from a qualified and regulated financial professional before making any financial or investment decisions. Before this video ends, and you need to stay right here for the next few seconds, here is your action list from today's breakdown. Open your Pi app and check your Mainnet wallet for second migration activity. Navigate to the ecosystem directory and review the redesigned staking feature. Understand how it works and which apps are gaining Pioneer support. Watch Bitcoin's price relative to the $65,700 level as your signal for any credible bullish reversal. And share this video right now before you close it. Forward it. Post it. Your network needs this information, and it costs you nothing to put it in front of the people you know in this space. Sharing this video is how Crypto Educate reaches more people and how more people get access to real market analysis instead of noise. To every single member of this community who shows up consistently, drops comments, shares the content, and supports this channel, thank you. You're the reason this work gets done every day. If this video gave you genuine value, a like before you leave means more than you know, and subscribing ensures you never miss a single breakdown from this channel going forward. Hit subscribe, ring that notification bell, and go explore the other videos on this channel. There's a full library of analysis, deep dives, and market coverage that takes everything discussed today even further. This is Crypto Educate. Stay informed, stay sharp, and I will see you in the next one.